Hey guys, how's everyone today? I'm actually running over to Ulta right now because, as I'm sure a lot of you know, Becca Cosmetics is going out of business in September, so I don't believe that their production is going to keep moving forward since they are closing. And what I want to get is the under eye brightening corrector. I used to use the one that is light to medium, and I liked it. It was okay, but the problem is that it has this pink undertone, and it's a little bit too like icy, silvery, metallic-y under my eye. I need something that is more like an apricot. So I'm going to buy the deeper shade, and this Ulta that's not really by me but sort of close has it. So I'm going to pick it up, and I know it's like, why are you buying a product from a company that's going out of business? But I figured that if I buy it, it'll last me a good while, and whatever, it's fine. It's something that I want to get, so it's not that big of a deal. But for filming and stuff like that, I'll probably still use my Bobbi Brown one, because that'll be one that you guys can buy. And I don't like using or recommending products that are discontinued or really hard to find, because I just think that's annoying. If y'all want to try something that I'm using and it's like, oh, this isn't even being made anymore, that's kind of crappy. So on my way over here, I want to talk to you guys about, there was a video again that was brought to my attention. I don't want to say again like I'm annoyed with the person that sent it to me, but it just seems like if you have an opinion about a sensitive topic, then all of a sudden you're the bad guy, you're the insensitive one, you're the whatever. So, fine. So I went ahead and looked at the video, and initially I was excited because I said, you know what? This girl went to see Selftaught Beauty. We're going to get some answers here. This is wonderful. So I sit down and watch the video, and as soon as she said that someone, a small YouTuber, basically contacted her, I was like, okay, so the other one that made the videos about me calling me an asshole and entitled or privileged is what she used. This one contacted this one, so they're in cahoots together to make Mandy this pure angel who is just down on her luck. So, but that's fine. I was still going to listen to the video, and I did. My overall thought, if I was going to simplify it into just a quick sentence, is this person did not prove anything that we did not know already. And in fact, last night I went back and I watched my prior Selftaught Beauty videos, because I wanted to sit there and make sure. I'm like, did you slip up and say that this woman is not living in a shed? Like, is that what you ever said? And no, I did not ever say that. I did not say, you guys, she's actually living in a 4-bedroom house and she doesn't live in a shed. I never said that. I would never say that because I have no proof of that. So I watch her video, I rewatch mine, and I want to tell you guys something. So she's getting a ton of praise for doing this video, and that's fine. However, if you're going to try to get people to think that, oh, Selftaught Beauty isn't a scam, the scam was never, oh, she doesn't live in a shed. That was never the scam. I don't like to pin someone as a scammer, because that's not the issue that I took with Mandy. The issue that I took with her was the sad fishing and the lying and the not helping yourself get out of your situation and just relying on subscribers to send you money every week or every month or whatever. That's the issue that I took with her from early on, was just that there have been proven lies that have no explanation whatsoever. And people who offer her assistance that is, hey, I contacted this church for you. If you go over there, they're gonna help you. They know who you are and they know your situation. I've contacted them and told them you're sorry. All you have to do is get in contact with them, or hey, I know someone who will hire you. All you have to do is fill out the job application. These types of messages are left on read. This woman does not want a job. She does not want to rectify the problem. So by someone jumping on their channel and saying, oh, this is the sweetest, person ever. She's naive and nervous and scared and just so precious and all of these kinds of things. And then you go interview her, you really don't ask her the hard-hitting questions that everyone wants to know the answers to. Where's the digging for the pipes? I didn't see any of that in the video. And I also thought it was very interesting how, here's my thing, is I realized that I'm a little socially awkward. So for me, I would never drive to someone's house and just pop up on them and say, hey, I'm here to interview you and give you some money for stuff. All of that would have to be pre-planned. So I don't believe, based on my opinion, that this was just some sort of pop-up surprise visit. That's just my opinion. Y'all can agree or disagree. It's all good. So I did find that very interesting, but where was the digging for the pipes? And the pipes all of a sudden allegedly were stolen. Unless they're copper pipes, I don't know why someone would steal those. Conveniently, like a day before this woman shows up, they're conveniently stolen. Fine, whatever. Secondly, what about the AdSense issue that was proven to be a crock of shit? Where you cannot put a credit card number into AdSense. It does not ask you for an expiration date. It's a bank account number and a routing number. There is nothing about expiration dates tied to your AdSense method of payment. So, fine, give yourself a pat on the back for going to interview her and show people that she really lives in a shed. Based on my content, that was never the question. I have said multiple times that this woman is down and out on her luck, and that's very clear to see. But the constant sad fishing and doing these videos with really sad music over them and refusing to accept help from people unless it's money, it's all of those things that are an issue for me and a lot of her subscribers. Now, there might be some people that don't think that she lives there, and that's fine. We can all have our own opinions. But it's all of the other things that are an issue for most people. And I will say this a million times if I need to. It is not the responsibility of your subscribers to make sure that you have money every month. That is not their responsibility. And if it's going to be an isolated incident, fine. But when it's perpetuated and extended for over 2 years, and you consistently are not showing steps that you're taking to make it better, then I cannot sympathize with you for over 2 years. And the other thing, this YouTuber, her name is Alex. Alex also wanted to make it a point that everyone knows that, so if you're giving her a $25 donation, that is considered bullcrap. Verbatim, that is exactly what she thinks of a $25 donation. So the only resolution that I can see that she is coming up with is that everyone needs to give as much money as they can so that Mandy can get a house, and it's all of a sudden everyone's responsibility on YouTube to make that happen. You guys need to give as much as you can, because until she gets a house, she's not going to be able to get a job, because the odor of the kerosene is so strong. You know, the kerosene's being burned. Then you have someone with asthma in a tent with a cat, kerosene. And then this woman bought her a candle. So we're going to put the candle in the shed with kerosene. That's a good idea. There are just so many things wrong with this. And I want to reiterate, I am all for helping people. For Christ's sake, if you see someone in your area that is homeless, I've told you guys before, when I was at my last company, it was in the city, and there was this one guy that was always in front of 7-Eleven. I would always go over there to get my Red Bull, and he was consistently in front of 7-Eleven there. And I would see him every single morning. And this guy, he was not one of those homeless people that wanted to pick and choose what he got. I would give him food. I would get him a meal. There were a couple times where I went to, there was also a Potbelly that was in that area, and I would go to Potbelly and I would get him like a cup of soup or a sandwich. Like, I don't want it to come off like nobody should be helped if they're in a bad spot. People should help if they can, but if you're consistently just going to come onto your channel and continue to spin the narrative that you're just stuck, you can't do anything, like you're not helping yourself, you haven't had an ID for over 2 years, you're expecting your subscribers to help when they can, and it's always paired with this, well, there's no pressure, but I'm going to continue to give you guys pieces of my story. That's all people know how to do when they feel bad, is give money. There are still tons of questions that need to be answered. Many people have suggested that she does a vlog and films her entire property, show where it's being dug for the water. I think the problem is that there's this narrative being built that anyone who has questions is just a non-believer and you're just evil. People are allowed to ask questions, and people deserve to know information if they are giving someone money every month. They deserve to have that insight. And it's not the subscriber's responsibility to float you for 2 years. And if it wants to be turned around and, said, oh, well, what else is she supposed to do? I don't know, maybe stop the life updates. If you're not going to be fully transparent and do the things that people are asking you to do in order to answer their questions, then maybe the life updates should stop for now. You know, and I'm also tired. I'm so tired of people calling her sons boys. These are adult men. And I don't care if they all live in the same facility or, you know, structure. There is no reason why all three of them could not be working in 2 years. There are many different avenues to get your ID. There's been help sent to Mandy, and it falls on deaf ears. So, you know, I have been threatened because of my videos. I have been told that I better take my videos down because they're wrong. No, I'm not taking my videos down. I stand by every word that I've said, and I've corrected myself when I'm wrong. I corrected myself by saying that she gets Ipsy from PR, even though I still don't understand that. Fine, leave it alone. And the other thing that I'll correct in this video is that I said, well, if someone wants to hire her, maybe they will, you know, work with her to help her get her ID. I understand that that's not necessarily always an option, and it's like 1 in a million that an employer would do that because of the Form I-9 that needs to be filled out. Nevertheless, it's been over 2 years. What are you doing to help yourself aside from sad fishing and expecting people to float you? I'm sorry if I sound like a hard ass in this video, but I will always use my platform to call out YouTubers misusing their platform or exhibiting bad behavior. Once you make your life public, it is up for commentary. The same applies to me. I have always held myself with integrity and respect. Mandy even said that in her own video, that she didn't, you know, necessarily think that my videos were bad. They were just opinions. That's fine. Now it seems like you have these 2 other YouTubers in the mix, hyping her up, believing everything that she says. The YouTuber Alex that went over there, she has a larger platform than I do. So I have her subscribers coming over to my channel being just vile. And, you know, the last thing that I'll say for now is that she wanted to call my videos disgusting, or basically saying that they were mean. If you think that calling out scrutiny and highlighting where things have been lies is that mean, I would encourage you to find a little bit of logic and reevaluate what you think is mean. So anyway, I'm going to go into Ulta and I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. So Ulta was a fail. They did not have what I wanted. So I'm going to try one more and then I give up. I'm not going to go to like a crazy amount of stores just for that. It'll suck if I can't get it, but it's not that big of a deal. So one of the biggest things that bothers me about this entire situation is that if you point out discrepancies or you are not fully on board with the storyline that's being shown, you're just called a hater, a Karen, you're disgusting. I am all for looking at things from different angles. I think most of you guys know that by now. I'm all about it. Show me information that will make me think otherwise. But there's this sort of position being spun that from my videos, people think that I was trying to say that Mandy doesn't live in a shed. Like, that was never on my radar. That was never, a thing. So I'm not sure where that came from, but whatever. If people want to take it and twist it, then that's what they're going to do. But, you know, I'm not going to stop covering the self-taught beauty. I'm not going to, you know, have 100 videos on her, but I will continue to share my commentary, because one of the things that I cannot stand is to see people being taken advantage of. And it's like exactly what I said in my very first video. If you're gonna sadfish and share these, you know, parts of your life, and people are gonna give you donations, then there needs to be 100% transparency. And I realized that this other creator that made the really disgusting videos about me, you know, she tries to claim, oh, she couldn't be any more transparent if she was naked, which I don't know what the fuck that means, but either way, there is not enough transparency. There are little seeds planted of pieces of information, but it's exactly what I said before. When you have a track record of lying and being caught in lies, people do not know if they can take your word at face value anymore. And that sucks. That is really a tough spot to be in as a YouTuber, because once your credibility goes down the drain, it is very hard to come back from that. And, you know, I've always kept honesty as a main priority on my channel. And if there's something that I don't want to give you guys all the details about, I'm not even going to introduce it. There are certain things that I will probably never talk about on my YouTube channel. And that's because that's a decision that I've made that's best for me. And it's nothing personal, but it's just not what I feel like sharing. So I'm not going to give little pieces of information, expect sympathy or attention, and then not fill in the gaps for you guys. And to all you guys that have sent Mandy money, do not ever think or allow someone to put it in your head that $5 or $10 or bullcrap $25 is not good enough. Like, you have not done enough for this woman. I think that is reckless, and it is very, very just irresponsible behavior to try to tell someone that their money isn't enough. We need to do more. You need to dig deeper and give everything that you can. And if you're not going to give everything that you can, then shut up, because you're not allowed to have an opinion. Everyone is allowed to have an opinion. Hate to inform you, but guess what? That's the way the internet works. Once you put it out there, people are allowed to have an opinion about it. If you don't want them to have an opinion about it, then don't put it out there. And my girl Erin, her channel is EKC People Suck. She did a live stream really late last night. I was sleeping when she was doing it, or else I would have been in there, but she did a live stream where she broke down some of Selftaught Beauty's videos and then this Alex girl. And, you know, she and I have the same view on a lot of stuff. Like, she talks about Katie Joy a fair amount, and she and I see eye to eye on a lot of stuff, just the way that she thinks about stuff. You know, towards the end of the video, she also said that, you know, this is a woman who is fully capable. We're not talking about someone who's disabled or anything like that. This is someone who is fully capable of helping her own situation out. And step number one would be getting your ID. I am sorry, there is no reason why it should take 2 years to get your ID. If you're gonna make these videos, then it needs to be paired with, this is what's going on, but this is what I'm doing to help myself. And it's the same thing that I said when it comes to her and that dog. And by the way, why does she have a dog in that shed? That really pissed me off. You know, she'll probably say that she was dog sitting or something so ridiculous. Y'all know how I feel about animals being in the shed. I realize it's very, very hard to part ways with an animal that you love, but at the same time, if you're not able to care for yourself, then how are you able to care for an animal, period? That's how I feel about it, and that's my opinion. Just not with the sad fishing. I'm really not. I'm all about building a community online and having people that you can talk to, but based on my seat, that is not what's happening with this channel. This is someone who has become fully reliant upon her subscribers paying her way, and it's enabling, and that's how I see it. And if someone wants to call me a bully or mean because that's how I see it, then it is what it is. There are so many people that are having hard times right now. And while I understand that it can't always just be a scenario of, well, you know, dust yourself off, get it going again or whatever, I do believe that there needs to be a little bit more of an initiative after 2 years, you guys. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry for the crazy lighting, but I want to finish out this video so I can get it posted for you guys. By the way, I bought this Tarte lip gloss at Ulta and I'm thoroughly impressed by it. I'll throw a screen grab right here in case you guys are in the market for a new gloss, but that's just a little side note. They do not have the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector, but I actually found it online. Let's close out this conversation. So, I am not going to stop covering Mandy because, like I said, I think that it's completely fair to discuss people that put their lives on YouTube. And I still go back to the fact that Mandy doesn't care that I talked about her. It is so funny how these two other YouTubers are twisting this narrative that I was mean and horrible and had no right to make the video and you're not allowed to judge anyone. If you put your life on the internet, people are allowed to judge you. Welcome to the club. Okay? And if you're sad fishing for money, people are allowed to ask questions and demand answers. Now, I don't necessarily believe that people have a right to tell Mandy what to do with the money that they donate. I think that if you have any concern that the money isn't going to be used the way you would want it used, then don't give money. You know, that I completely agree with. But as far as asking questions like, hey, I sent you this, I haven't seen it, where is it? Or, hey, can you show us, you know, what you're doing with these pipes that we have, you know, been following you along on this journey? Like, people are allowed to ask those kinds of questions, but I don't believe that people should say, I sent you $40, you were supposed to buy, you know, this with it and you didn't, so you're bad. Like, I don't really think that you can really control what people do with the money that you send them, but that's just a, you know, side note. But I also really want to reiterate in this video that if you have donated a single dollar to any YouTuber, do not ever think that that wasn't good enough or you didn't dig deep enough. You didn't do your role. That is disgusting that anyone would say, well, that's not enough, because it's not your job to pay these people. It is not your responsibility. We all have our own shit going on, and I think a lot of you guys are similar to me, where I feel really good helping people that I feel like you know, they're doing stuff to help themselves. You know, like that guy I told you about where I used to work, and I would give him food. He would be outside during the day, but I actually had a few conversations with him, and he would spend the night in the shelter. So, you know, eventually he wasn't there anymore, so I don't know if he moved locations or if he ended up getting on his feet. But I'm sorry, like, you cannot just come up with excuse after excuse. And if I sound insensitive, then I don't know what to say, because I'm just being as honest and as, you know, to the point as I can be here. You've got to help yourself. It's exactly like what I said with that dog. She asked for the, you know, she put that video out. People donated. She didn't take the dog to the vet, allegedly. It's just excuse after excuse with this person. And my goal is never to come on my channel and try to cancel someone or try to expose them. Y'all know how I feel about that. But I will give you the information that I have, and I will make my, you know, stance very clear in that I don't like when people sadfish. They get money and they make that a way of life. I just don't agree with it. Totally understand that people, you know, it's very easy in the United States to become homeless. I'm sure it's like that other places in the world too, but I say United States because that's where I live and that's where I have experience living. It's very easy to become homeless in the United States. So I never want it to come off like I'm just some insensitive girl sitting here judging people for no reason. I'm providing commentary because this is someone who has provided endless excuses, no results, and now, you know, you've got these other YouTubers just continuing to build on her story. And if you're gonna try to put someone's story out, you need to ask the hard-hitting questions, not where's your mom, or talk about how, you know, she smiles a lot and tries to stay positive. That's not what people want to know. People are inquisitive about, you know, the ID situation. Let's talk about that. That girl that went to interview her could have sat down with her and said, let's get your ID situation rectified right now. Instead of just saying, oh, this lady doesn't need a little donation. She needs more than that, and that's just how it is. It's just really dumb, you guys. So even though I commend her for going and, you know, giving this interview and sharing this video, it has not changed my stance on anything, because I never said, oh, well, Mandy doesn't live in a shed. She's lying to you guys. I never said that. I said I don't agree with the sad fishing. I don't appreciate her lying. And when she's called out in lies, it's a avoidance tactic. Oh, I didn't see that comment. Or if she does address her comment, then once in a while she does, you're just a hater. And you don't understand what's going on. If people don't understand what's going on, help them understand. Be more transparent, because you surely haven't been as transparent as you should have been, in my personal opinion, and that is why we are here today. So those are sort of my thoughts right now on this. Again, I appreciate you guys bringing stuff to my attention. I don't want it to come off like I'm annoyed, but it is just really wild how gullible some people are. You know, anytime you take a sensitive subject matter and put it onto YouTube, you have these people who want to question it and ask for more info, and because it's so sensitive, you're being mean because you're asking questions. That's just not how it works. You're the one that put your life on YouTube. You're the one that has collected money on top of AdSense from your subscribers, and everything that has unfolded is what has put us here today. There is a large majority of people that do not believe everything that she puts out, and it's because of a track record. People don't just call people liars for no reason. I know that there might be a few here and there that just don't like someone and claim that it's a lie, but if the large majority of people are putting the puzzle pieces together and pointing out discrepancies and issues, then that might be something that should be paid attention to, is all I'm going to say. So because this lighting is so bad, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I hope that all my rambling made sense. If you guys found my channel through my self-taught beauty videos and you have seen this other creator's videos and you don't like my content because of that, I'm sorry. But I think that any of my subscribers that watch my content on a normal basis will know that I don't appreciate dishonest YouTubers. Whether it's something where, a sponsorship isn't disclosed, or something more on the sensitive side like what Mandy's story is. I don't appreciate liars, and I will use my platform to call it out and share my opinion. These are my opinions, and they're going to be shared in a meaningful way. I'm not going to be malicious or mean about it, but some will twist my words and say that it's exactly what it's not, and it is what it is. So anyway, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and a comment, and if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.